Hello, my most amazing artist. Today we're going to draw the inside of our behind the mask self-portrait. Start by finding your middle dot and you're working your way down just like you did on the front of your paper. Then create the bottom of your face by connecting a curved line to that dot and going back up. It should look a little bit like a U or like an upside down rainbow shape. After you've connected those dots, you need to fill in the bottom of your ears since they went in the middle on the front. I'm going to go back up to find where that line starts and then curve down. And I'm doing the same on both sides. Your next step is to add a nose. You can add a nose in the same style as me, or you can create your own style of nose. Your next step, and one of the most important ones, is to add our smile. Start with a horizontal line across and then a curvy line connecting one side to the other. It will look a little bit like a U again. Next, add a horizontal line across to create a mark for your teeth and little leery vertical lines down to show the different sizes of your teeth. Add your tongue with a bump and a bump that connect to the sides of your mouth, and there is your smile. Add your neck the same way we did on the front with two vertical lines down and a horizontal line across, kind of like a rectangle shape. Now when we close it and open it, we can see the transformation. Next, I want you to think back to that very first day we spent together in art class this year. On that day, we talked about how when we wear our mask, sometimes it's hard to recognize friends and sometimes to see our big smile, and it makes it a little difficult to know those special things about you. But we know underneath or behind that mask, you are a very special kid. And so we decided to describe ourselves with 3 different adjectives that would help others know more about us. So I want you to think back to those 3 words that you used on day 1. If you cannot remember them, in art class you have a note card with them written, and at home you have written them in a Google form for you to answer. Look back at those 3 words that you chose and make sure that they are still your favorites. Now we're going to include them inside our portrait. I'm going to begin with the first word I chose, creative. To write my word, I chose a color that I really thought represented that word, and since teal blue was one of my favorites, I thought it was a great fit. I'm going to start writing my word in marker, but if you are one of my blended friends at home, you can use whatever material you have on hand. If you're one of my face-to-face students in the classroom with me, you can use whatever coloring material that you have in your individual supply bag. It might be crayons for you, it might be markers, or it might be colored pencils. I'm trying different styles to write my words, so I'm going to start with block letters. You're welcome to try out block letters too, or you can write them in any type of font or handwriting that you like. If you need help spelling a word, feel free to ask an adult at home or raise your hand for me to come and check on you. There's my first word. Notice how when I wrote my word, I wrote it underneath the first part of my portrait. It's on the rectangle underneath our top square where our face is. I'm then going to write my second word. The second word I chose to describe myself was kind. Notice how I'm writing kind in just basic letters. And I chose the color pink because it makes me think of love and being nice to other people. As you continue to write your words today, I want you to start thinking about why you chose these 3 words. That's important because later on in our project, we're going to be sharing with others why these words describe us. For example, I chose the word creative because I love making art as your art teacher. I chose the word I'm writing right now, adventurous, because I love to do fun things outside. If you are a friend who is face-to-face in person with me, you're going to present this to your classmates. If you're one of my friends who's blended or working at home, you're going to share this with others through a Flipgrid video. You'll learn more about that later on in the week. There are my 3 words. If you would like to also add your name in fun colors underneath, you are free to do that. Happy creating, artists!